Katt Williams just blew the roof off the internet after exposing shocking claims about how Beyonce allegedly covered for Jay-Z while he was sabotaging DMX. This wasn't just rap beef. Katt says it was a full-blown industry takedown. DMX never bowed down to Jay-Z, never kissed up to him like others did, and that's exactly why Jay hated him.
Everybody knows you've had battles with throughout the years.
Yeah.
So at the time, they were saying that, you was on. That's why they didn't want to invest in you.
Right. They already invested. What you mean they didn't want to invest? They already invested. Like I said, the album was recorded, shot the video. Everything. That was just some bullshit. You know what that was.
Do you ever feel
Let's get rid of the competition.
Do you ever feel like people at the label didn't do enough for you when they could tell that you really needed help, or do you think that you were too far gone?
No, I was never too far gone. They just all I needed was just do me like you do everybody else. Don't sit there and speculate about this and think about this and assume this. Just do me like you do everybody else, and it's gonna be all right, man. But that never happened.
So I think with DMX too, you never. Def Jam, I feel, never put a lot into DMX. It was always the groundwork with DMX.
Katt says Jay couldn't control DMX the way he manipulated other rappers, and that drove him mad. Katt swears he witnessed this ugly side of the game firsthand. He even reached out to DMX because he felt the same pain. Katt himself was blackballed for refusing to play along with the industry's shady rules. According to him, the system doesn't just punish you, it erases you if you don't fall in line. And when Jay-Z got that powerful seat as president of Def Jam, DMX's downfall began.
What happened was, I had the crazy track record of Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album.
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, yo, dog, DMX is running the building like, yo, you good. Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good. It's all good.
Suddenly, his projects weren't being pushed. His spotlight started fading, and his career spiraled. Irv Gotti, who once stood beside Jay, even admitted it wasn't an accident. Jay allegedly went out of his way to crush DMX, cutting off opportunities until X had nothing left but the struggle. Forced into dark habits just to cope, DMX's pain wasn't random. It was engineered. Let's not forget, Jay-Z and DMX go way back before the fame. But once Jay had the power in his hands, jealousy and control took over. Instead of building up another legend, he allegedly destroyed him.
I was like, we gotta sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said, she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a f. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me.
At one point, DMX had hip-hop locked down so tight, it felt like nobody could breathe. He dropped 5 #1 albums on the Billboard 200, back-to-back like a machine. Nobody else was doing it like him. But everything shifted the moment Jay-Z slid into power, and that's when the sabotage began. DMX himself called it out during a fiery radio interview, accusing Jay of using his Def Jam throne to crush his career. He didn't sugarcoat a thing. He flat out said Jay was pulling strings behind the curtain, making sure X never got the shine he deserved. That interview wasn't just beef talk, it was a cry of war. And it wasn't just X saying it either. Irv Gotti, Jay's former best friend, exposed the truth too. Irv revealed that Jay was flat out jealous of DMX. He even admitted Jay sabotaged a joint album that was supposed to feature DMX, Ja Rule, and himself. Why? Because Jay couldn't stomach the fact that DMX was out-rapping him on every track. X's energy was too raw, too real, and Jay couldn't handle being outshined. That shady move set the tone for the toxic relationship between Jay and X. Sure, they worked together here and thereafter, but insiders swear the rivalry never stopped. Behind the smiles and the stage photos, there was non-stop tension. Irv even spilled that a full collaborative album with X, Jay, and J. Rule was ready to drop. But Jay pulled the plug because he was salty about DMX stealing the spotlight.
X was with it, Ja was with it.
Jay wasn't with it.
I tried 2 times to make that album happen. X was with it, Ja was with it.
Why do you think Jay didn't want to be
This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. I don't think Jay wanted to get in that room with X and Ja. It was not.
One more than the other, or
Listen, no,
both?
No, both. Jay is a very smart person. He's gonna do an album with R. Kelly. R. Kelly worships Jay-Z. Worships him.
And Kanye West.
Kanye West worships Jay-Z.
And Jay Electronica.
They all worshiped him. X and Ja don't worship Jay-Z. You're my man, but when that beat comes on, you're not above me getting at you. And that's what I do not feel Jay wanted to deal with. He didn't want to deal with... You know, I'm saying they would come at each other subliminally. So it wasn't a direct hit where they're going to say your name and thing. But they coming at you. So do I want to make a whole album with these coming at me?
Whispers in the industry got even darker. Some people claim Jay-Z's jealousy over DMX went way further than just sabotaging his career. Rumors say it pushed him to allegedly take X out, and the wildest part? Folks say Beyonce knows exactly how it went down but keeps silent to protect him, and let's be real, that's her husband, who's really expecting her to spill secrets that could end everything for him. Loyalty runs deep, but this loyalty comes with shadows. The streets say Beyonce herself might have dirt under her nails too, with claims that Jay even helped her cover up some bodies of her own. Jaguar Wright turned the internet upside down when she accused Jay-Z and Beyonce of locking people in their house and torturing them. She didn't stop there. She flat out accused the power couple of having ties to the death of Aaliyah and even Jay's alleged pregnant mistress, Kathy White. Those accusations were so heavy they had people questioning everything about the so-called royal couple of hip-hop. When it comes to Kathy White, the story gets even more disturbing. People dug into the details and started linking her tragic death to Beyonce's own lyrics.
Publicly, Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about. That changes now, Sean. You must respond. You have no choice. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
Some believe Beyonce actually confessed through her song, Daughter, where she dropped haunting lines that fans swear sounded like a coded admission. The lyrics painted a chilling picture. Your body laid out on these filthy floors, your blood stains on my custom couture, bathroom attendant, let me write it in. She was a big fan. I really tried to stay cool, but your arrogance disturbed my solitude. Now I ripped your dress and you're all black and blue. Look what you made me do. Fans couldn't ignore it. Those words sounded less like art and more like a crime scene diary. At the time, Kathy's death was ruled by a pathologist as a brain aneurysm, but Jaguar Wright shook the table by claiming Jay and Beyonce were the real reason she never made it out alive. According to Jaguar, Beyonce found out about Jay's alleged affair with Kathy, and things got ugly. She says Jay knew Beyonce was ready to handle it herself, and to keep control, he made the call to have Kathy silenced. Jaguar swore that if Jay hadn't acted, Beyonce would have taken matters into her own hands anyway. Back to DMX. The pressure on Jay-Z got so intense that he was forced to finally speak on it. Jay tried to play it cool, saying that even though there was tension with X, there was still love between them. But if you listen to Irv Gotti's side of the story, it didn't sound like love at all. It sounded like straight jealousy and sabotage. And the word on the block is that Katt Williams himself believes Jay had a hand in DMX's death, claiming Jay rejected him all because X refused to bow down. And if anyone knows what it's like to have the industry turn on you for not playing their twisted games, it's Katt Williams. He's been through it too. Katt revealed last year that while filming Friday After Next, the producers tried to push him into a disturbing scene. They wanted him to act out being assaulted by Terry Crews as a joke. Katt stood his ground, saying there was no way he would ever film something like that because nothing about it was funny. But taking that stand came with risks. This was his first movie role, and suddenly the producers and Ice Cube were making him feel like he was being too demanding. Katt says that's when he realized the industry doesn't just want your talent, it wants your soul. And the moment you refuse to give it, they'll try to blacklist you. It wasn't just DMX. The industry came after Katt Williams too. Once they figured out he wasn't about to be a pawn for their agenda, they tried to crush his career, silence him, and make an example out of him. But unlike X, Katt survived the storm and lived to expose what he saw. DMX sadly never got that chance. That's why Katt is now putting Beyonce on blast, accusing her of keeping the truth about X's death locked away like a dirty secret. He allegedly believes the only way DMX's real killer will ever be exposed is if Beyonce finally breaks her silence. Katt's been saying the answers are sitting right there with her, but she's protecting Jay instead of letting the world know what really happened. And of course, the internet lit up with its own opinions.
Taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand's sake. I mean, I'm just speculating.
One person flat out said, "Let's clear that up first," hinting that too many people have been ignoring the bigger picture while Beyonce stays quiet. Others online echoed the same thought, that until she speaks, we'll never know the real story of what went down with DMX. The internet exploded once Katt Williams dropped these bombshell claims. Some fans believe every word, saying the industry has always been a dirty game built on secrets and cover-ups. Others argue Katt is just stirring the pot. But either way, people can't stop talking about it. Comments are flooding social media with theories. One person wrote, "Beyonce knows way more than she lets on. She's protecting Jay, and that's why the truth about DMX never came out." Another fired back saying, "Katt's just bitter because Hollywood blackballed him. He's only dragging Beyonce because he's still mad at Jay. The split reactions only add fuel to the fire." And then there's the conspiracy crowd, connecting dots between DMX's passing, Kathy White's mysterious death, and Beyonce's haunting lyrics. Some claim it's all too suspicious to ignore, while others warn that the truth about these power couples is darker than most people can even imagine. Still, Katt supporters say this is exactly why his words matter. He's been through the same industry traps, he's seen the games they play, and he's never been afraid to speak up, even when it cost him everything. That's why people are listening closely now. With every clip and every interview going viral, the pressure keeps building. The whispers about DMX, Jay-Z, and Beyonce aren't going away. They're only getting louder, and the streets are asking the same question. If Beyonce really does know something, how long can she keep it hidden? Beyonce's silence has only made the rumors grow louder. For years, fans have noticed how she carefully avoids addressing accusations, whether it's about DMX, Kathy White, or the dark whispers surrounding her and Jay-Z's empire. And that silence is exactly what Katt Williams says keeps the truth buried. Katt believes Beyonce's image as the queen of the industry is built on perfection. Flawless shows, flawless interviews, flawless branding. But behind that shine, he claims, are secrets that could destroy everything if she ever spoke out. And that's why her silence feels so heavy. It's not just avoiding gossip, it's protecting an entire dynasty. Online, fans are divided. Some argue that Beyonce's silence is smart because addressing rumors only gives them more power. But others see it as proof she's hiding something. One viral comment read, "If she had nothing to do with it, she would have said so years ago. The silence is screaming." Another said, "Her not talking doesn't make her guilty, but it sure doesn't make her innocent either." And here's where Katt Williams comes in. He's not afraid to say the things others whisper behind closed doors. He's dragging the conversation into the light, daring Beyonce to either break her silence or let the public keep wondering what she knows. Jay-Z, on the other hand, has always brushed off the whispers like they're nothing. Whenever he's asked about DMX, he plays it cool, saying it was all love and that their issues were exaggerated. But insiders say that calm act is just another way to deflect from the mess happening behind the scenes. According to people close to the industry, Jay has mastered the art of silence just like Beyonce. He never directly addresses the darkest accusations. Instead, he distracts with business moves, billion-dollar deals, and big public appearances to keep the focus off the shadows. But the streets never forget, and Katt Williams is making sure the questions come back louder than ever. Katt has made it clear that he doesn't buy Jay's all-love narrative at all. He insists Jay's jealousy and hunger for control went far deeper, and that DMX's downfall wasn't coincidence. One supporter of Katt even wrote online, "Jay can buy all the companies he wants, but money can't erase karma. The truth always finds a way out." Meanwhile, fans of Jay argue the opposite. They point out that he helped create opportunities for artists, calling Katt a bitter comedian chasing clout. But that back and forth only fuels the fire, because for every defender Jay has, there's another voice echoing Katt's claims that power doesn't make you innocent. Katt Williams isn't backing down. He's risking his career and reputation to call out one of the most powerful couples in the world. To him, DMX's death wasn't just a tragedy. It was a warning sign of what happens when you refuse to bow to the industry's demands. And that's why he keeps pointing at Jay-Z and Beyonce, saying the silence surrounding them is the loudest proof of all. DMX gave the world raw truth through his music, pain, struggle, and honesty that fans could feel in their bones. But behind the charts and the fame, he was fighting battles most people never saw. Katt believes those battles weren't natural. They were engineered, fueled by jealousy and control from the very people who should have been building him up. And Beyonce? Her silence, her carefully polished image, her refusal to even brush against the rumors, it all keeps the suspicion alive. Every day she stays quiet. The questions grow louder. Is she protecting her husband, protecting herself, or hiding secrets the world was never meant to hear? The internet is split down the middle. Some swear Katt is just stirring chaos, while others say he's the only one with the courage to tell it like it is. Either way, the conversation is out there now, and it's not going away anytime soon. DMX was never afraid of anybody. Not Diddy, not Jay-Z, not the so-called giants of the game. He said it loud and clear in interviews, calling out the industry for what it really was. That's what made him different. He wasn't just a rapper chasing charts. He was a poet pouring out truth, no matter the cost. His voice, his presence, his raw energy, nobody could match it, and nobody ever will. Fans remember him not just for the hits, but for the way he spoke life into people's pain. One supporter online said, "DMX wasn't only a great rapper, he was a poet. He was one of the realest people you can listen to. And that voice, man, no one does it like X did." And they're right, X left behind a legacy that can't be erased, no matter how much the industry tried to dim his light. But now the spotlight turns to the questions that won't die down. What do you think about Beyonce allegedly hiding the details of DMX's death? Do you believe Jay-Z had something to do with it? Or are these just rumors spiraling out of control? The internet is torn, but I want to hear directly from you. Sound off in the comments with your thoughts, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and make sure to subscribe if you want more deep dives into the secrets they don't want you to know.